Well, some people have quietly questioned the actions of Michael Jackson's father, Joe, during the grieving process. My next guest, though, is questioning his behavior quite loudly. On the red carpet at the BET Awards, which turned out to really be a tribute to Michael Jackson just 3 days after his death, Joe Jackson was talking up his record label with reporters. Journalist and blogger Jimmy Israel didn't hold back, writing on TheRoot.com in a blog entitled Shameless, Joe Jackson. I have friends who lost parakeets, dogs, guinea pigs, and wino uncles, and they've spent more time in mourning than Michael Jackson's father. He struck me as someone with a hurried agenda, in a hurry to cash a check, more than a man who'd lost his son. Jimmy Israel joins me now live to talk more about this. Some pretty harsh words about Joe Jackson. Why do you feel he did not necessarily look like the father in mourning after the death of Michael?
Well, look, when somebody dies, like when Nipsey Russell died, for instance, I was looking to his family, as I was mourning, to get some idea of what the tone was, and the way it goes when people die, you look to the family members, to get some idea of how to react, and you want them to, the sister's all broken up, the mom is in pieces, and dad's off in the corner trying to sell bootleg T-shirts and CDs. I got to say, it's a bad look. Joe Jackson just hit the wrong note.
And you were especially critical of that red carpet appearance, as we said. And here's a portion so people can see of what he said to our own Don Lemon. Let's listen.
I want to make this statement. This is a real good statement here. Marshall and I we own the record company called
Ranch Records.
Right.
Okay, distributed by Blu-ray Technology. And that's his next step.
So you point out that he was pitching this music label, talking about Blu-rays. Right. He was with his entourage. And how did other people react to that when you spoke to them?
Well, about 25% of the people that, on TheRoot.com, the piece has gotten about, actually as of now, like 813 comments. And about a quarter of those, people didn't agree with me, and they accused me of being just another white man, shilling for the white man, and who couldn't understand the pain that obviously that black people go through. And I got to tell you, it's hard out here for a white man.
Well, there were some other people who commented. You're right. This piece got a lot of comments, more than 800, as you said. And one of them wrote, what a person does in public and in private can be two different things. Plus, it depends on how the person handles grief. Joe Jackson strikes me as a person that would not let the public see him in an emotional state. Is that a fair point, that perhaps he is doing some grieving? It's just not in his nature to show it?
Look, you know what? If he had went to the BT Awards dressed up like his son, with the hat on and the glove and kind of as an homage, that would have made a lot of sense. But I don't think that people grieve by selling, CDs out of the trunk or anything like that. That doesn't strike me as a grief thing. That strikes me as a opportunism thing, so
well,
yeah, that's what I think it is.
The thing is that Michael and Joe certainly have had their arguments through the years.
Right.
Michael Jackson, in a brutally honest interview he gave back in 1994 to Oprah, said about Joe, he was very strict, very hard, just one look would scare you. There would be times when he'd come to me and I'd get sick. He went on to say that he beat him, and that at times, even as an adult, he'd start to regurgitate when Joe came around. And then
right.
Even in that interview, he said, he's never heard me say this, I'm sorry, please don't be mad at me. But it strikes me as a complicated relationship, especially when you look at Joe Jackson not being in Michael Jackson's will.
You know what? It's not complicated at all. Joe Jackson is a monster, and he must be stopped. He's like Godzilla. He's not the guy you want raising Michael Jackson's kid. What, Flavor Flav, Rasputin, they're not available? No, Joe Jackson. No, we got to cut that. We got to cut that short.
And how ugly do you think this is going to get within the family as all of the legal issues start to ramp up? Who gets control? Who executes the will? Who ultimately gets guardianship of the children?
The circus has started when Al Sharpton comes, right? And you know how it was going down. The circus has just begun. So we're like maybe a third of the way through the first act of this. We haven't seen anything yet. It's gonna get even messier. You wait till Debbie Rowe steps into the arena, and then maybe Al Sharpton will do a little rendition of Thriller. I'm telling you, we haven't seen anything yet. Just so stay tuned.
All right, and if people want to check it out and weigh in for themselves about your controversial blog, go to TheRoot.com. Jimmy Israel, a contributor for that website. Thanks for being with us this morning.
Stay classy, baby.
Okay, I'll try. 52 minutes past the hour.